Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. Monday, so it's Poetry Day. Hafiz, my Persian Shakespeare, says, I want both of us. I want both of us to start talking about this great love, as if you and I and the sun were all married, living in a tiny room, helping each other to cook, to do the wash, weave and sew, care for our beautiful animals. We all leave each morning to labor in earth's field. No one does not lift a great pack. I want both of us to start singing like two traveling minstrels about this extraordinary existence we share, as if you and I and God were all married and living in a tiny room. I hope you can find that love in your life, that comfort, that ease. All right, journaling question. I'm into aging these last couple of days. So one question I like to ask myself is, and reflect on, is how did my parents and grandparents age? And how did it influence me for good or ill in terms of the choices I make about my own aging process? So you want to share something with me? I'd love to hear from you, and I'll reply back. All right, my teacher, from the yogic perspective, calls our body, our anatomy, kaya sampat, the treasure trove, the wealth of the body. And we're supposed to practice in such a way where we turn our effort into an effortless approach. And that's where inner splits, inner fragmentations, inner disharmonies, inner dualities disappear in the stability that happens in our mind when we do what we love to do in an effortless way. Now, one of the 9 impediments, according to the Yoga Sutras, is languor. It's a great word. We don't use it that often. But it's defined as a kind of physical weakness or faintness or lack of energy or lack of spirit, no vitality, no elan. So part of why we practice is to maintain a certain kind of vitality in life. Now, so many people are convinced that externals count, and so they don't pay attention to personal growth or the values that you develop when you're trying to develop personal growth. And anybody who appears puffed up on the outside is usually hiding some kind of insecurity. So you have to learn how to let setbacks be stepping stones. They're merely detours on the road to your success. They're not failures. So when you work on yourself in your mind only, in virtual reality, right? That's where you have freedom and dominion to think and picture anything you want. Set the mental scene that you want to see and then feel good about it while you're there. Now, one of the psychological truths that we all have to wrestle with or choose to wrestle with is that our own unconscious mind takes the same attitude to our conscious mind as our conscious mind takes to our unconscious mind. So basically that means if you feel that what's inside of you is the festering swamp of insanity, you're not going to go in there. But if you thought it was the Library of Congress to connect you to the wisdom of our species, of the universe itself, you'd go in there with a more favorable attitude, and then what might come up from your own depths might be something of tremendous importance. Yeah. And how do you know? Well, JC said, by the fruits you shall know them. This is psychological pragmatism. It's determined by its effects. People make choices. You see, is it constructive or destructive? Is it leading to more openness, or is it shutting them down? Is it filling their heart, or is it closing their heart? So if we're going to do our own kind of deep psychological, archaeological dig into our past, we can create new beliefs that we have about ourselves. To find out what is the truth that you really believe about yourself deep down. You created part of it in the past, and now it's time to uncover the parts that don't work for you and see what kind of, if you mine for the hidden gems there, the veins of gold and joy that exist, because you deserve love and you deserve to connect and to belong. So it's all a discovery journey. You got to make this priority in your life. If you chisel away at the walls of fear, doubt, shame, sadness, anger that you might have created in the past, you'll see it's worth it. Not easy, but worth it. And I always like to say that The study of mythology is important because it takes you beyond your personal family, it brings your attention beyond your subjective experience into the great themes that we all have to face. And even when you read some of these stories and fairy tales, one of my teachers says nobody understands the story. It's all speculation. But the good thing about the old stories, it's free from the prejudices of modern psychology. So I suggest that in your own mind, you leave our time now and go to that special magical place, which never was but always is, where time goes slower and time goes faster. And keep speaking to yourself about health, connection, happiness, true self-expression. And any trouble that you have, you know it's a lesson you're supposed to learn. And learn the lesson so well that you never need face it again. And that's the truth that's going to set you free. Thank you so much for letting me come into your lives, your homes. Want to tell anybody that you think this would help, go to GabrielHalpern.com and cherry pick all the free information that I have. A ton of talks there. I hope that you get benefit from it. Tune in. Let me know what's connecting to you. Have a lovely day.